Hey guys, this is Sandra here, and we have another update for the project roulette collab. I always have to really concentrate to say that. But yes, here we are again. This is the third update, and this is the last update before the finale, if I'm not mistaken. And I have to say, this time around my progress is not as great. Before that I could always roll in a new product. That's not the case this time, and I think the main reason for that is that I've been away on holiday for 2 weeks, and I think I maybe only took one of these products with me, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I only took with me the lipstick. Everything else I'm pretty sure stayed at home. So that means that out of the 1 month window that we have to work on these, I only had 2 weeks, which obviously means less progress. And that's not to say that it's horrible, it's just not as good as before. So, you know, that's life. There's not much what I can do about that. I'm gonna go in order, and the first product that I had with me since the intro is a collab product, and it's the MAC lipstick in the shade Without Your Love. This was a collab between Ellie Goulding and MAC, and you will see in the close-up as well, this lipstick at this point is completely destroyed, and poor thing, it's very used and abused. I still hold myself to the statement that it's a beautiful lipstick. This was, I'm pretty sure, the only item that I took with me on holiday as well. And I think at this point it's a bit melted, but I made quite good progress on this. And I'm not sure I will be able to finish it by the next update. Hopefully. I've just started taking this to work with me as well, so I can reapply it throughout the day. So hopefully that will help. It really needs using up at this point because it's a mess. And it keeps breaking, so what I have to do now is just carefully dab it on my lips till I build it up to the intensity that I want. Otherwise it just doesn't really work anymore. The next product I had was in the category a product you considered decluttering before, and for me this is a powder from a Bare Minerals duo that I had, and this is the Grow? I can't talk today. The Glow Brilliant powder. And I repressed this, as you can see. This was the pen from my Bourjois bronzer that I broke, and the Bare Minerals powder packaging was just really bulky for one powder, so I decided to scrape it out, as it has one of those waffle pens that's like a brick kind of material, so I couldn't just pop it out and put it in a palette, so I had to scrape it off and then press it into this pen. And I have to say, I was not patient enough when I repressed it. You will see it on the picture as well. It has quite big chunks of powder in it, which I guess it will be fine, but the problem is that every time I go in to swirl my brush around, it keeps breaking, and I'm just not in love enough with this powder to sit down again and repress it, so I'm just not going to do that. I will use it up. Whatever falls out and has to go in the bin will go in the bin. I just don't have the patience for it. I will use it as much as I can, and hopefully if I use it every single day I will be finished with it by the next update, but I'm just not in love with this enough. To be fair, I'm pretty sure I made a good progress. I will have a picture of it right after I repressed it as well, so you have something to measure it to see how much I used it. I'm just not in love with this enough, I have to say. I remember I used to love this when I got it, and the matte side of the powder, there was a matte one and there was this one which is a bit more of a glowy powder. The matte side I absolutely loved, and that was the first one I used up. This one seems to have a bit of a, oh, I broke it again. This one seems to have a bit of a pinky hue to it, which I don't think you're gonna see on my hand. You can see there a bit. Yeah, and also I feel like now that I have a bit of a tan, even though I'm really pale, but you can see my tan line here, so I definitely do have a tan. I just feel like it's not quite the right color, and also I can only usually use it on my cheeks as I'm a bit more oily in the T-zone. I also don't want a glowy powder in my under eye area, so I really just use it basically on my cheeks to set it, so that makes the progress slightly slower as well. So yeah, I'm still not too sure how I feel about this, but since there's only 1 month left from this project, I guess, you know what, I can just keep going through with it and use up as much as I can, and then maybe after the finale, if it's not finished, I can just chuck it then. I will see. This next product I'm pretty sure I took with me on holiday as well. I think I did actually. And this is a product out of your comfort zone. Sorry, I keep looking down because that's where I have my little list. And this is the Catrice Mr. Grey and Me eyeshadow, and it's a silver eyeshadow. I use it a few times. I have it on my eye today as well. I'm not sure how much you can see it, but especially because I patted something else on top. I keep seeing it sitting there on the side of my table, and it's just something I don't want to reach for. It just doesn't appeal to me. I mean, I use it a lot more already than I did before, and whenever I swatch it on my hand, it looks beautiful. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really pigmented, it's really creamy, it blends easy, it's nice and reflective, but I just don't use these kinds of shades, and I feel like that's just, I don't know. I prefer warmer shades. I feel like they suit my complexion a lot better. It makes my eyes stand out a bit more as well, and the grey shadows are just, I don't know, it really is out of my comfort zone. Like throw me a rainbow eyeshadow palette, I will be fine, but give me a silver eyeshadow and I'm just stumped half of the time. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna hit my goal on this unless I start using this every single day, which I can't see happening. I don't know. It's a nice shadow, but it's just not something I use. I will take a progress picture, even though I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to see a difference. But you know, at least I got a few uses out of it already, so I guess that's something. I don't know. We will roll with that. The next product is a product I've hit my goal on last month, but I decided to keep it in just so I can have more progress on it, and this is the Benefit birthday suit, and in the category a product you wouldn't repurchase. And I said that I mainly roll this in because it's really old and I never really used it, and also the main reason why I wouldn't repurchase it is because, one, the colour is not horrible, but it's not something I would necessarily use, and two, it's just not cruelty free. And last month I hit pan on it, and I'm not too sure, I have to look at the pictures. I'm pretty sure I made more progress, but I didn't use it nearly as much as I did last time. Again, I think the reason for it is because I didn't take it on holiday, so I only had 2 weeks to use it, and yeah, 2 weeks is just not enough. But I feel like now there's not much point in rolling in a new product, so I'm just going to keep this in, see how much progress I can make in another month till the finale. And to be fair, I already feel like I accomplished so much because this was almost virtually untouched when it rolled into the project, so I feel like this is really a success. But I will keep it in for the last month, and there's not much else to say about this. Last month I rolled in 2 more products, and the first one was the Tphase Pretty Rich palette, which is a category, a product I regret buying. And I told you last time that even though the colours are really pretty, it's just, the formula is not as great as I wanted it to be. The glitters are quite hard to work with. Now, the shadows that are matte I really like. The shimmery ones are quite a hit and miss. The glitter is quite hard to work with. And there's one matte shade actually as well, that burgundy shade, that is quite hard to blend, and it's just a bit patchy. But the shades I really love, well, it's designer, classic cream shade, amazing to use just to set my base. I quite like those kind of shades, and again, I feel like you can't really go wrong with like a skin color, you know, it's just a staple. Those never really go wrong. Another 2 shades I love is Fancy That, which is that cooler tone brown, and then we have It's Designer, which is a warmer brown. and I couldn't really decide which shade to pick, so I said I wanted to hit pan on either of those two brown shades. They are both perfect for transition, and you will see it in the picture as well. I use both, so you will see a bit of wear and tear on both, but the one that's a bit more beaten up is the warmer shade called this Designer. So I think in the last month I'm gonna focus on that one and see if I can hit pan. Now I don't, because I haven't used this palette so much and the packaging is quite bulky, I'm not too sure how deep the pan actually is. I used it consistently for the 2 weeks while I was back home, as in like here in London, so I don't know, I use it quite a lot. I'm pretty sure I use it almost every single day. It's just a perfect transition shade. It has a nice and warm hue to it. Oh, I'm sorry, the lights keep changing. So we'll see, we'll see. I have high hopes for this, but even if I don't hit pan, I quite enjoy those two transition shades. So, you know, I'm good with using this. And at least I get to use out of the shades that I actually like. And the last category I had was a product you already hit pan on, and as I said before, this I rolled in as well last update, and this is the MAC blush in the shade Harmony, which I use more for bronzer. In the close-up again you will see I actually made quite good progress on this, but my end goal is to use this up, and I think I can potentially do it by the next update, by the finale, just because I made quite good progress in 2 weeks. And also this is a product that after every use or every second use I have to go in with my little spatula and scrape off the top. For whatever reason, maybe it's just because it's getting old, I had this in my collection for about 4 years, so maybe even longer, but definitely for 4 years. So maybe it keeps getting hard pan because it's getting older, I'm not too sure, as I always set my face with a powder, even if it's just lightly, so it's not like I'm bringing a lot of oil in there through my brush. So I think that's the reason as well why it's going faster, just because every once in a while I have to keep scraping off bits of it, otherwise I don't get any pigment on my brush. So I think I can potentially use this up by next update. I use this about every single day as my bronzer. Again, it's quite a nice shade for that, and I'm pretty sure this is the shade that a lot of people use as a bronzing powder or even for contouring. It's more on the cool toned side of brown. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see it, but let's see if I can build it up for you on my hand. It's more of a cool tone brown, but I quite like this as a bronzer too. There we go. It's quite nice as a bronzer. Yeah, I really do enjoy this product. It's a shame that MAC is not cruelty free, but what can you do? I do enjoy this product, and I'm trying to roll out everything from my collection that's not cruelty free, even if I love them. This is one of them. I really hope that by next month I can get this out of my collection and focus on other products, but let's see. Alright guys, that's it for this update. I forgot to mention in the beginning, but I'm pretty sure this is, you know, everyone knows this information by now, but this project was started by Rebecca and Alexi, and they opened it up for everyone who wanted to join. I will link the playlist below as well, where you can watch all the previous intros and updates and everyone who's collaborating on this project and who wanted to take part, so you can go and binge watch it. And I can't wait to see also everyone else's update. For me, it's always an exciting time. I feel it's a bit more motivating because we're working on it together. I can see how others are getting on as well and not get discouraged. But I think I'm gonna go now. I hope you all had a lovely day, and let me know how you're getting on with your products. Did you have a good month? Was it a bit slower for you as well? Please let me know. I would love to know, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye bye, have a lovely day.